Hello guys, today is Antoine Auriol with me from Team Malizia. And Antoine, please tell us about your work as an onboard reporter on board these IMOCAs during the ocean race.
Yeah, hi, and thanks for having me. My job consists in really sharing the life on board when we are sailing offshore. So it seems to be simple from the outside world because we are all inside, trapped in a little space, but it's not that easy because the boat is always moving, especially when the conditions are really rough. You have to have a kind of technique to first physically hold one hand on the boat, one hand with your camera, and so you have to have a setup that is pretty light, because if you try to have like a gimbal or many accessories on the camera, then it becomes very heavy, and with one hand it's very difficult to be stable. And also physically you get really tired quickly, so physically the job consists in really having the lightest gear possible but with the highest quality in the end for the results in the images. And then you really need to think about every day how to really tell a story with a start, a story and the end of it. And this is always an improvisation in a way, because we always adapt to the weather. Sorry, we are filming. Excuse us. It's just yes. Okay. No problem. It's okay. Cool. So the good thing about being onboard reporter is that every day we need to create 2 videos. One before 8 in the morning, one before 2 in the afternoon. So this gives you a rhythm, and it's my mission every day to just try to shoot 2 videos. So it's a long run, because we were 105 days at sea, and I had to do at least 210 videos for this ocean race. So now, after such a long time, I just need to put my camera in a corner of my house, and I really want to rest.
And as we are at the grand finale here in Geneva, how do you feel with this fact that you have just circumnavigated the world?
Now the crew, they became my brothers and sisters. Rosie, she became really an amazing friend. I admire her a lot because she was very strong. She managed to finish the whole entire ocean race with her smile, and Will the same, really young and future of the British sailing. I was really proud and honored to sail with him because I learned a lot through them. And Boris, of course, who just did his 6th lap around the world thanks to this ocean race. And then Yann Eliès and Nico Lundven and Axel Pilin, the other French sailors that were with us also. Amazing guys. I'm so blessed and grateful that I met all these amazing sailors, because originally I'm a kite surfer. And 3 years ago I never could think that I would be able one day to do the ocean race. And in the end, thanks to some encounters in my life, I am doing the ocean race this year. I finished it, the entire lap. So yes, I'm very happy.
And which leg was the toughest one for you?
The toughest leg was the number 3, the longest. But it was tough in the 10 first days, because I needed to really enter in the rhythm. It was grey, it was cold, it was humid. It was tough because there were many problems on the boat. You know, they broke the mast, they broke the sail, they broke the engine. And when there is a problem, we, onboard reporter, we have to share the story. So the problem is a big story for me. But 3 problems is 3 big stories. And if it's every day a problem, then you get tired as well. But every day I try to find the strength to really shoot perfectly, the best as I could. So I gave all my heart to this project. And the good thing is that I have really a lot of positive feedback, so I'm very happy about everything.
Back in Alicante in January, I asked you during some press conference about what you think will be the biggest challenge during this race for you. You said then that it will be editing on board. Have your predictions come true?
It is still the biggest challenge when the conditions are rough. When the boat is very bouncy, then it's very challenging. But I have to say that I thought it would be even harder. In the end, once you get the rhythm, you get used to the boat, to the movement of the boat, and it becomes a little bit easier. But in the end, I would say that the biggest challenge for me, was to just finish the whole entire ocean race mentally. And I'm so happy because I finished it with also a really positive energy. I didn't finish it like I cannot anymore and I don't want to see these guys or the boat anymore. It's the opposite. We had such a great time all together as a team that every day was a special day. And we finished with a beautiful sunset, and we were with Boris, Rosie, Will, also Nico, all together smiling, doing jokes, and we won the last leg, so it was really like the little cherry on the cake.
Yeah, I need to admit that your energy and vibe from you is amazing to see, and that's great. Can you take us through your day on boat? How it normally look like? For example, how many footage you recorded in terms of gigabytes and everything is really interesting for me.
Yes. More or less every day I was shooting. On a good day, it was 100 gigabytes. So on a good day, 100 gigabytes, and on a rough, tough day, when I have just to shoot the minimum because I want to be efficient. I'm sorry, there is a lot of noise because right now it's the last day of the ocean race, and we are about to go to do the last import, and it's going to be wild. Many guests, many people around. But this is the vibe of the ocean race. Exactly. It gives lots of power. But yeah, on one big day, I am shooting more or less 100 gigabytes. But I'm not shooting at the highest resolution of the camera because if not, it would be 200 or 300. So I try, because then you have to edit, and if you really want to be quick and efficient in your edit, I shoot in 4K for sure, 25 frames per second, and with 10 bits and 4:2, and then it's enough for me to just edit directly from those images. I don't need to create a proxy or something like this because then I'm really quick. Maybe every day. So when I shoot 50-60 gigas to tell the first story of the day, then I need 1 or 2 hours of edit, and then I need 1 or 2 hours to send the data because we send the data through the satellites, and sometimes it takes a lot of time, and you never really know how long it is. So for me, the biggest challenge was every day to send the video early enough so that the ocean race could receive it and work on the videos to create the stories of the day. So this was the biggest challenge in reality.
All right, let's dig now into more geek stuff. Please tell me what gear you are using on board.
Yes, so it's been since 10 years I'm presenting some TV shows for French TV, and I always look at my directors and my people with who I'm working, what they use. And we are doing documentaries about nature, so we are always into like lots of wind, lots of rain, lots of snow, and sand everywhere because I used to shoot the winds everywhere. What we used to do was called the wind quest. So it's a discovery of a country through its wind. But winds that have got names like the Bora in Croatia, Tehuantepec in Mexico. The trade winds, it's called Alizé in French. Anyway, many, we did like more than 30 winds. So the camera we were using there were the perfect cameras because they were compact and tropicalized, so then you can have some sand, some water or whatever on it, and the batteries, they last long, so they were really tough and perfect for also this kind of job. So the good camera that I'm using is the Panasonic GH6.
Oh.
Yes. That's really the camera I love.
There are G7s.
G7s, yes. I can see them there.
Hi. All right. And what software for editing do you use?
I am with Premiere Pro.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, with Premiere. And have you experienced any gear failures at the sea?
At the what?
Gear failures, like something broke or... Yeah.
One day I think my camera fall in the boat, and it's just that the mic got ejected, but then it was not broken by chance. So no, I didn't break anything. That's crazy. Just I had some scratches, on my filters, ND filters, but this was easy to fix.
Lucky you, because me, when I was doing Legends race with Ericsson a few days ago, my mic fell apart and it's broke, and the conditions were light. All right, and previously you were also a competitor, as you said, and have racing this race make you would like to try yourself in sailing instead of kite surfing, to compete in races as a sailor?
Many people ask me this, and I think there is something inside me that say, yeah, I would love to try maybe to just train and become a real sailor now. Maybe that would be the next challenge. I never know what's going to happen in my life, but I know that I would be capable of doing it. Is it now the real thing that I want to do? That is something I don't know yet, because I need now to go back to my place in Spain, to chill for 2 months, to digest this experience, this amazing experience, and then to see what I really want to do. I really know that I love to do documentaries about sustainability, about nature. So this is something I will do, because I already have some projects that are like on their way. And about boats, I'm sure I will have some more experiences, some more adventures on offshore boats, but of course also maybe on different kind of boats as well. More to explore and to take time to go to untouched territories and to really discover amazing culture and maybe also new animals, new plants that I don't know. And the world is small when you do the race, but at the same time it's huge, and we have only one life, so we have to really try to live the moment and appreciate every detail every day. And that's why I love to shoot, because you have to focus on some details, and then you can bring the attention to the viewers to something that you could see, and maybe then they can see it as well. That's what I was trying to do on board. Sometimes I just put a slow motion, 120 frames per second with the GHX, and you shoot like the foil and the water just gliding through it. When the foil is cutting the water, and with the golden light when there is a sunset. These are the moments I really love to shoot, because then when I'm editing, I'm also like having fun, because I just love it. I find nature beautiful. For me, it's what I really love to shoot. It's for sure the guys, but nature, the clouds and the lights, and yes, because these are sensations. And maybe that's why the people, they really liked to follow Team Malizia, or maybe the whole entire ocean race with all the onboard reporters, because what we show is really also sometimes not only inside, it's also like the outside and the power of nature. And this is great.
Yeah, exactly. And my last question always to my guests is, what's your biggest dream related to sailing, to the ocean, or maybe kite surfing in your case?
But my biggest dream is to take a boat with some friends, all my kite surfing and wing foiling gears, maybe a scientist or biologist as well, and then to go on some random islands, like maybe totally in the north or in the southern pole, just to see one day. I hope to see the icebergs, and the cold weather, to really understand the fragility of the planet, and to really see with my own eyes the changes that it's actually on course, with all the glaciers that are melting. But I think there is always a little bit of hope. If we all human beings together, we try to think together and act differently, we have still a big chance to really try to have less impact on the climate. Let's see if we can really do it. But my biggest hope would be, yes, to sail on some untouched territories, really wild, on a nice little boat with some friends, and to try to ride my kite on some beautiful untouched territories. That's what I try to do always when I kite. To go somewhere where it's really, really wild, to get a special connection, because then you can see that you are not home, you are somewhere, and that place is the home of some animals, some dolphins, and you have to respect them. You just ride a little bit and then you go, but at least you can have a special interaction with nature.
And I wish you this. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure.